Hello YouTube and welcome. In this video I would like to do with you the unboxing of this pre-release pack for the game Magic the Gathering. So this is the Commander Legends Dungeons and Dragons Battle for Baldur's Gate. So let's see what we can get in this one. Here we have our box. So here we have some tokens, two small cards. In here, let's see what we get. So we get a red die, and of course some packs. So this is the promo card, so it's going to stay here for a while. Let's open the first pack. So this one starts with Earth Tremor, 4 drops. Earth Tremor deals damage to target creature or planeswalker equal to the number of lands you control. Sylvanus Invoker, 3 drops. He has Conjure Elemental for 8. Untap target land you control. It becomes an 8/8 elemental creature with trample and haste until the end of the turn, and it's still a land, and it is a 3/2. Grey Harbor, Merfolk, 2 drops. He can't be blocked, and he gets +2/+0 as long as you control a commander that is a creature or a planeswalker, and it is a 0/3. Oops. Deadly Dispute, 2 drops. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice an artifact or creature, draw 2 cards, and create a treasure token. Great Words of Tyre, 2 drops. Whenever keep creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it and tap it up to 1 target creature defending player controls, and it has a keep cost of 1 white mana. Young Wrecked Dragon, 4 drops. First Bubble in gold, for 2 drops. Create a treasure token. And the second is a flying Young Wrecked Dragon, can't block, and it is a 3/2. Googles of Night, 2 drops. Whenever keeping creature deals combat damage to a player's cry for 1, then draw a card. Javelin of Lightning, 2 drops. He has flash. When enters the battlefield, attach to a target creature you control. As long as it is your turn, equipped creature gets +2/+0 and has first strike, and it has a keep cost of 4. Underseller Maconite, 3 drops. Whenever enters the battlefield or dies, create a 1/1 green sapling creature token. Tap it for add a mana of any color, and it is a 1/2. Lapis Orb of Dragonkind, 3 drops. Tap it for a blue mana. When you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, scry for 2. Stirch, 1 drop. He has flying. Stitch can block. He has Blood Drain for 2. Pay 1 life, sacrifice Stitch, then draw a card, and it is a 1/1. Guardian Naga, 7 drops. First we have Banished Coils for 3. Exile target artifact or enchantment, and we have Vigilance. As long as it is your turn, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Guardian Naga, and it is a 5/6. You've Been Caught Stealing, 2 drops. Choose one. Threatened the Merchant. Each creature blocks this turn if able. Or Bride the Guard. You create a treasure token for each opponent who has dealt damage this turn. Crazy. Our first uncommon, Iron Mastiff, 4 drops. Whenever he attacks, roll a d20 for each player being attacked, and ignore all but the highest roll. for 1 to 9 Iron Mastiff deals damage equal to his power to you. Between 10 and 19, he deals damage equal to his power to the defender player. And for the natural 20, he deals damage equal to his power to each opponent. And it is a 4/4. Gnu Warband, 6 drops. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each opponent who has deal combat damage this turn. He has Menace and he has Myriad, and it is a 5/5. And we have Abdel Adrian Gorian's War, 5 drops. When enters the battlefield, exile any number of other non-land permanents you control until Abdel Adrian leaves the battlefield. Create a 1/1 white soldier creature token for each permanent exiled this way. Choose a background, and it is a 4/4. Scion of Halaster, 2 drops. Commander creatures you own have the first time you would draw a card each turn. Instead, look at the top 2 cards for your library. Put one into your graveyard and the other one back on the top of your library. Then draw a card. And the rare Lazes Vlakidish Champion, 3 drops. If you put one or more counters on a creature or planeswalker you control, or on yourself, put that many plus 1 of each of those kind of counters on that permanent or player instead. Choose a background, and it is a 3/3. And we have Windshaper, Planeteer, 5 drops. He has Flying and Flash. When he enters the battlefield during a declare attack step, for each attacking creature you may reselect which player or planeswalker that creature is attacking, and it is a 4/4. And the foil, we have Jade Orb of Dragonkind, 3 drops. Tap it for a green mana. When you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, it enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it and gains Hexproof until the next turn. Interesting. And we have the initiative card, and in the other side the Undercity Maze. Nice. So, next booster. And this one starts with Band Together, 3 drops. Up to 2 target creatures you control each deal damage equal to their power to another target creature. Young Blue Dragon, a very nice image, 5 drops. Sand Angry, 2 drops. He has scry 1, then draw a card, and the dragon has Flying, and it is a 3/3. Armor of Shadows, 1 drop. Until the end of the turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains instant ability. Gilding Bolt, 3 drops. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater, then scry 2. Fanged Dragon, 7 drops. Four-Tail Sweep. Four-Tail Sweep deals 1 damage to each creature you don't control. And the Fanged Dragon has Flying, and it is a 6/3. Ether Cap, 5 drops. Web Shot for 3. Destroy target creature with Flying. And the Ether Cap, he has Reach, and it is a 2/5. Fire Diamond, 2 drops. Fire Diamond enters the battlefield, tap it for a red mana. Downbringer Cleric, 2 drops. When enters the battlefield, choose 1. He has Cure Wounds. You gain 2 life. Or Dispel Magic, destroy target enchantment. Or Gentle Repose, exile target card from a graveyard, and it is a 1/3. Dragonborn Looter, 2 drops. For 1 tap it, draw a card, then discard a card, and it is a 1/2. Trailblazer Torch, 4 drops. When enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. Whenever a creature becomes blocked, it deals 2 damage to each creature blocking it, and he has a keep cost of 1. Dread Linorn, 7 drops. So scale of deflection for drops, put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature and untap it. It gains X-proof until the end of the turn. And our Snake Dragon can be blocked by creatures with power 3 or less, and it is a 7/6. Warehouse Teeth for drops. For 2 tap it, sacrifice an artifact or creature, exile top card of your library until the end of the next turn. You may play that card, and it is a 4/2. Blur, 3 drops, exile target creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under its owner control, then draw a card. Our first uncommon, Rogue of Smothering, 3 drops, he has flying. Whenever a player casts a spell, they will lose 1 life for each spell they cast this turn, and it is a 1/3. Meteor Golem, 7 drops. When Meteor Golem enters the battlefield, destroy target non-land permanent and opponent controls, and it is a 3/3. Bone Color Cleric, 2 drops. For 4, sacrifice it. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only as a sorcery, and it is a 2/1. And we have a Planeswalker. Great! Tasha, the Witch Queen. 5 drops. He has 4 loyalty points. Whenever you cast a spell you don't own, create a 3/3 black demon creature token. For +1, draw a card. For each opponent, exile up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from that player's graveyard and put it a page counter on it. And for -3, you may cast a spell from among cards in the exile with page counters on them without paying his mana cost. And it says also Tasha the Witch Queen can be your commander. Great pool. Master Chef, 3 drops. Commander creatures you own have this creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it, and other creatures you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. And we have Baldur's Gate. So tap it for a colorless mana. For 2 tap it, add X mana of any one color, where X is the number of other gates you control. Nice. And our foil, Genasi Enforcers, 2 drops. He has Myriad, and for 2 creatures you control, name it Genasi Enforcers, gets +1/+0 until the end of the turn, and it is a 1/3. And finally we get a token, a construct token artifact creature, 1/1. So now let's see what we get in the promo pack. So we have the token of the initiative again, and we get the console of 4 5 drops. Whenever a player draws their second card during their turn, you may draw a card. Whenever a player casts their second spell during their turn, you create a 2/2 white knight creature token, and it is a 0/8. Nice. So this is our promo card. So let's see our last booster in this pre-release. This one starts with Tremor's Invoker, 2 drops. Sleight of Hand for 8, draw 2 cards, and it is a 1/3. Ghastly Death Tyrant, 6 drops. When he enters the battlefield, choose 1. So first destroy target enchantment and opponent controls. You lose life equal to his mana value, or creatures you control gains death touch until the end of the turn, and it is a 6/5. Blessed Hippogriff, 4 drops. So Tyre's Blessing for 1 drop, target creature gains instability until the end of the turn. Or the Hippogriff, he has flying. Whenever he attacks, target attacking creature without flying gains flying until the end of the turn, and it is a 2/3. Shining Impetus, 3 drops. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, you create a treasure token. Scarlet Nut Runner, 2 drops, tap it for a green mana. When you spend this mana to cast a dragon creature spell, you gain 2 life, and it is a 0/2. Sword Coast Serpent, 7 drops, Capsizing Wave, 2 drops, return target creature to his owner hand. And the Serpent Dragon, Sword Coast Serpent, can be blocked as long as you cast a non-creature spell this turn, and it is a 6/6. Cliff Gate, enters the battlefield, tap it. As Cliff Gate enters the battlefield, choose a color other than red, tap it for a red and on a other of the chosen color. Nice. Charcoal Diamond, 2 drops, enters the battlefield, tap it for a black mana. Command Tower, always nice, tap it for 1 mana of any color of your commander's color identity. Nefarious Imp, 3 drops, he has flying. Whenever 1 or more permanents you control have leave the battlefield, scry for 1, and it is a 2/1. Your temple is under attack, 3 drops, choose 1. Creatures you control gain indestructibility until the end of the turn, or you and target opponent each draw 2 cards. Navigation Orbs, 3 drops, for 2 tap it, sacrifice Navigation Orbs, search a library for 2 basic land cards and or gate cards, reveal those cards, put it onto the battlefield, tap it, and the other in your hand, then shuffle. Myconid Spore Thunder, 4 drops, he has Infesting Spore. When he enters the battlefield, destroy up to 1 target artifact or enchantment, and it is a 4/1. Our first uncommon, Inspired Tinkering, 5 drops, exile the top 3 cards of your library. Until the end of the next step, you may play those cards. Create 3 treasure tokens. Cast down, 2 drops, destroy target non-legendary creature. Giant Ankheg, 8 drops, he has trample, he has ward for 2. Other creatures you control have trample and yard for 2, and it is a 8/8. Crazy. Seafreeze Nightmare Speaker, 4 drops, tap and sacrifice another creature or an artifact. For each opponent you mill a card, then return that card from the graveyard to your hand unless that player plays for 3 life. Choose a background, and it is a 3/3. Guild Artisan, 2 drops, commander creatures you won have, whenever this creature attacks a player, if no opponent have more life than that player, you created 2 treasure tokens. Nice. And a rare. White Plum Adventurers, 3 drops. When he enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, untap the target you control. If you have completed the dungeons, untap all creatures you control instead, and it is a 3/3. And we have a Meteor Golem, in this time foil, and a treasure token. So this is what I have to share with you. I hope you like it, you enjoy it. Until the next time, see you.